bills come with what we do. We don't do this alone. The fact that we're up, there's a whole entire team behind us. They have to get paid. So when you hear someone saying, oh, such and such made $10 million, no, that's not, that didn't make it to their account. Know that off the top, Uncle Sam is getting 50%.
Good as your last project. So your value to the bottom line when you're dealing with networks or studios is like, how valuable are you? And sometimes if you're not that valuable, you're not bringing in the money.
What's up, Financial Hawks? So in today's video, we're going to be going over celebrities being broke. Celebrities, out here grinding. These actors out here trying to grind, trying to make some money. It's hard for everybody right now. And yeah, the actors are not immune to this. I remember, I think, 2022, like with the whole writer strike and everything. And yeah, like celebrities coming to us, asking us to pay for them. And like, that's crazy, asking us regular people to pay, pay your high salaries or whatnot so that you can still live in your high, mansions and whatnot, still pay your car notes and whatnot. That's crazy. I can believe, that actually happened. And then I know with the whole fires with like The Rock and Oprah, like they were asking us to like donate. And it's like, don't you guys got money and you're already richer than us, but you want us to spend all our money? It kind of just crazy out here. So on these set of videos, we should get a perspective, I guess, from their side and also from the other side as well. I guess maybe from like the regular people's side, kind of just give my thoughts, give my opinions on some of this. But I'm just going to be straight up with you guys. Money management is definitely key. You can't just, expect that, hey, I made $1 million, I'm good for life, if you can't manage it. If you make $1 million and you spend $1 million, then you have nothing, If you're a great actor, you're making all this money, but you don't know how to actually save it, invest it and whatnot, you're going to have to continually work to, keep up that high lifestyle. Unless you just make a whole lot of money and then just like, hey, I'm not spending nothing, then hey, I mean, I guess you're good there. But that's not the case. Everything's increasing, with inflation, and everybody's just having fun turning up, especially these celebrities and actors and whatnot. But yeah, let's go ahead and start with this first video here. And yeah, let's see if I agree, disagree. Let's see if you guys agree or disagree.
We get a lot of money up front sometimes, depending on, where you are in your career. So you get this money up front, but you're only good as your last project. So your value to the bottom line when you're dealing with networks or studios is like, how valuable are you? And sometimes if you're not that valuable anymore, you're not bringing in the money. But what happens is there's a lot of money going out of the door, right? So you get this money, and if you hit a time in your career where the money is not, sustainable, it's not really coming in, but everything is going out the door. So you, as you mentioned, you got agents, you got managers, you got financial people that you have to pay. You have lawyers you have to pay, right? You have, let's say, if you have a team, pardon me, for like the publicity and all that stuff, and all the things that come with creating an entity or creating a commodity as an artist. So it's a lot of money that's going out. And let's not forget the government, like the gangster, you know what I'm saying? You're the
Silent partner.
Yeah, man, the silent partner. If you don't do it, they stick you up, right? They come to knock at that door.
All right. So yeah, that's the biggest one, actually. The last one, the government, the IRS, they love getting their money. They will get their money. You can ask Wesley Snipes about that and a lot of these other actors about this. They will find a way to get their money. So yeah, if you make $1 million on this film, already 500,000 of that is going to the government. You make 50 million on a movie, what, dang near 25 million of that is going to the government. You win the lotto. I think they were saying like, if you win like the lotto, at least in the United States for like 3 billion or something, or like maybe like 1.5 billion or something, after like taxes and whatnot, I think you'll be left with like 500 million or something like that, something crazy like that. So yeah, they're going to always get their change. Something I actually think about on the actor side is all the different people, or I guess celebrity side too, all the different people around you, the security, I guess you're like your security team, for example, like you're talking about your managers, the financial people, lawyers, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, that's also something, to think of as well. So not only are a lot of these actors have to spend money on all that, and then the government as well, but then, they're trying to turn up and do XYZ too, it's even more money. So it's like, you really got to be vigilant with your money. Cause again, you can have, some bad financial people beside you who really just wants to take money from you, who don't really care about you that much. And yeah, if you're in a hardship, they don't give a F about it. And, you just become broken. They just, start working with somebody else. So, these are some things to be mindful for if you are, an aspiring actor. And this is also something to be, just cognizant of. Again, if you're not necessarily an actor, but you want to, get to that next echelon, you want to build a team up, maybe to be a content creator, you need that for that. Castanet has a great team. You got Speed, you got his team, you got Mr. Beast's his team, you got editors and, other cameramen and other planners and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All of these things are in all these different fields, being like a person of interest, like, I guess, so to speak. So, just some things to be mindful for if just trying to be a streamer, you're trying to be the next actor, you're trying to be the next big YouTuber. You may have to be cognizant of how much money you'll be spending, not only on yourself, not only on your people, but also the government. Now, let's go ahead and play this next video here. Oh, this would be a good one. He said, "Who is broke now?" Let's see if you guys can also guess along with this. I think that's a cast of, actually, I can't tell what cast it is. Waverly Place or something else. But I guess we'll see. I'm intrigued to see what they're going to be saying.
I bet you can't guess which Victorious cast member is completely broke 14 years later. Obviously, it's not Kat, as she's one of the most successful pop stars in the world right now with a net worth of $240 million. If you ask people during the show, they probably would have guessed that Tori would have the most successful career. She's had moderate success with music and social media, a couple movies. She's worth about $12 million. Next up is Jade, absolutely iconic in this role. I feel like I see her all the time on like random podcasts and different things. She's worth about $4 million. Then we have Trina. While her character was absolutely insufferable throughout the series, she ended up having a decent acting career and a net worth of $3 million. I got to give Robbie credit for his glow up. His career really didn't pan out after the show, but he still has a nice net worth of $1 million. Definitely a shame that with Beck's good looks, he couldn't land any acting jobs after this show. He's only worth about $1 million as well. Andre is by far the brokest out of the cast members. I feel like his only notable event after the show was going on American Idol, and that didn't really work out. He's only worth $300,000.
Dang. And yeah, unfortunately, I mean, this is the case for like I would say majority of shows really out here. Like everybody's not coming out, being the star. Yeah, if you can end up breaking out to be the star, yeah, you can become successful. But yeah, at least from what I've been seeing on like a lot of different shows that I've grew up with, yeah, it might be one cast member, maybe sometime two that do really good afterwards. But everybody else kind of just falls back. They get kind of pigeonholed in their current role. Now, this is the cast of Victorious. I didn't really watch Victorious too much. This is like, I guess I feel like I was like a little too older for that show. I feel like that was in a transition. I was kind of just done mainly with those type of shows, and I was kind of just getting older. But I think I just missed this. I think my sisters would probably be a little bit better with Victorious, but I feel like I missed this show. So, and not as nostalgic for me as, the other shows on that network. But yeah, Ariana Grande, I do remember her on the show. I thought she was great on the show. And yeah, it's crazy that now she's the top star. She's doing her singing, acting. She was just on Wicked. She's doing great. Yeah, she definitely the powerhouse of that, powerhouse from that. I do remember seeing this girl here and there throughout the show. Because again, I've seen some episodes of Victorious, but not like a lot. And yeah, I mean, I thought she was, pretty good actor there. And yeah, Ariana Grande ended up becoming the top one. And yeah, she didn't. I think she said she's up at about 3 million. I mean, that's still pretty good. And again, with all these different podcasts and stuff going on, especially with TV show, stars and whatnot, maybe she can jump on the bandwagon on that and hey, make some more money there. That could be something. I've been seeing a growth in that. And I don't think that's going to end up stopping. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if like a big, TV station or something like that, or a streaming, whatnot, ends up like creating like a big podcasting for like big actors or like smaller actors, and they can start getting a bigger check there, and maybe a book deal. I just got the oh man, what's his name? The Jaleel White one, Steve Urkel book. I got that back there, and you making money now on that too. On top of some of the other things he's doing right there. So yeah, if I was her, I would think about possibly joining some podcasts and doing some book deals there. And yeah, I don't remember her at all. I think he says she's at around 3 million. She's doing some podcasting as well. So yeah, that's a great way to make some money. Again, you can also too, if you're like a celebrity like this, you can make your own YouTube channel, and you don't necessarily have to do podcasting. You can just go ahead and make some YouTube videos, of your life. I bet you have a ton of fans who want to see your current life, see what you're doing. So that's some ways you can make some money. Talking about crazy stories within the actual show. That can be some ways, to make some money if you didn't have to sign any type of NDAs or whatnot. Book deals, that's another way you can make some money. So yeah, even though you're probably not making money from like shows like that anymore, or any type of income from your past shows, like a percentage to that, like there's still ways you can make some money using social media. YouTube big, make a good TikTok, Twitter. There's still ways you can, still run up a bag real quick. And you already got like a fan base. So it should be easier for you to get a whole lot of followers a whole lot quicker than somebody else who's like just brand new, random person. I don't remember her at all, but I think he said she's at about 2 or 1 million or something like that. I don't remember him. But again, like all these people, like he said, their least net worth is at least like 1 million. So, that's great. I do remember a little bit. So that's good that he's, and I guess got some money. But again, the advice I was giving out earlier, if I was him and I was trying to make some more money without having to go to like a regular 9 to 5, again, start up a social media account, start up a YouTube, start talking about your days at the show, your current life. You got a lot of fans, including myself, who likes to see our old childhood shows, see like the people, in those shows, see what they're currently doing now, giving us tea on what was happening behind the stage. So I think that's actually a good way to make some money. I would love to hear some stories about Victorious. And I do remember him, and then it sucks that he's only about 300,000. He did mention that he briefly tried to go to America's Got Talent. I believe that's the correct one. And I mean, I think that's straight. I think nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I guess there's other ways you can try to make some money. If you do music, again, you making a TikTok, maybe he already has a TikTok or social media already. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I might look into that. But that could be something, sharing your music, maybe make your own indie album, for your fans. And that could be some nice, some nice revenue. Also, too, something that I guess all these people can do, and that I see with the Power Rangers a lot, and I will be intrigued to see if it work for like something like this. But I think if I'm not mistaken, Victorious is on Nickelodeon. What if there was like a Nickelodeon con? I see this with Power Rangers a lot. You got like the Morphicon and all these other like Power Rangers conventions where they got the old school Power Rangers. They come back, they sign autographs, they take pictures with people. They're charging what, 10, 20, $30 per picture, and charging 10, 20, 30, $100 plus for signatures. And they making bank just doing that. And then you got the, like the talking sections where they're talking about like their show and answering questions from fans. If it can be so good with Power Rangers, I wonder, could this work with like Nickelodeon, stars, or Cartoon Network, Disney Channel, et cetera, stars? That could be something. So if you're watching this right now and you are a celebrity who are on these shows, hire me. Don't forget me. Give me a percentage. But I really feel like you can make some really good money with that. I never, I guess, really hear about conventions for like, again, Disney, stars, ex-Disney stars, ex-Nickelodeon stars, but that could be something there. That could be something there. So next up, guys, let's go ahead and see his list, talking about Broke Celebrities Part 1. I'm definitely intrigued to see who's going to end up being on this list. If you're watching this video right now, go ahead and make some comments on who you think is going to be on the list. Name your top 3 right now. I'll give you your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go.
Broke Part 1. Nicolas Cage has appeared in over 97 films and had an estimated net worth of $150 million at the peak of his career. Some of the things he bought with his money was not 1, but 2 private islands, 30 motorcycles and 50 cars, because why not? 4 luxury yachts, because only poor people have just 1 yacht. Could you imagine? 15 mansions, plus 2 castles, a 9-foot-tall pyramid tombstone, the first ever Superman comic, and more exotic animals than a zookeeper would know what to do with, including 2 king cobras, a shark, a crocodile, and an octopus. You gotta have something on the private islands, I guess. Oh, and did I mention the dinosaur skulls and shrunken pygmy heads? No? Well, yeah. The list goes on, but you get the idea. He ended up owing $13 million in taxes to the IRS and had to foreclose a bunch of his assets. He's still paying his debts to this day.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy. I'm surprised they didn't arrest him. They did with Wesley Snipes. He owed money and they had to arrest him, but he owed 13 million and they didn't arrest him. That's crazy right there. I guess maybe he worked out a deal. Like, hey, Don't rest. Let me work. You got Steve Harvey too. I think he owed like a whole lot of money. But to be fair, that was I think his financial person. Again, these finance people that you hire they don't necessarily always have your best, intentions in mind. I think he was stealing from Steve Harvey, and then Steve Harvey still owed the IRS like millions upon millions, and he had to work and give like half his money, 1/3 of his money to them for like years or something along those lines. But yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know Nicolas Cage owed this much. Now that actually makes sense on why you're seeing him on so many like random videos. I mean, random movies. Like he's like always there in a movie. Even the movie sucks, he's right there, and we know why. We definitely know why because of this. And I think that's actually probably a good indicator, maybe, of seeing if an actor is doing well financially or not doing well financially. How many bad movies that they're continually doing, you don't see Denzel really doing like horrible movies. Like I can't think of any movie being horrible, but I definitely know he doesn't have like five, like, 5 in a row, 5 bad movies in a row, 6 bad movies in a row. But some of these actors is like, why are you in this movie? Why are you even doing this one? And it's because they need the money. They need that money. They need that money. And unfortunately, like for Nicolas Cage, actually, that's not even like his real name, if I'm not mistaken. I think his last name is like different, and they changed it or something, if I'm not mistaken. That's something you can YouTube right now. I mean, Google right now. Check his real name. But anyway, yeah, he's just spending a lot of money on a whole lot of different stuff. And I'm hoping he's taking some classes. Hopefully, he's watching financial hacks so he can find different ways to not spend, find better ways to budget. But unfortunately, with him and a lot of other people, like when you get in the habit of spending, you just want to spend more and more and more and more and more and more and more. You want to get the luxury stuff. He got 4 yachts and castles and all this other stuff. Now he owes 13 million. And I'm sure once the 13 million is paid, he's like, you know what? Let's do it again. That's why I feel like a lot of people are, especially if they're able to get, a lot of money back quickly. If they're able to, get millions back. It's like constantly spending and you losing and constantly spending and losing it. Now, again, he's still able to act, but like what's going to happen when he's like 80, 85? He's not going to be able to get as many roles. So, this is something to think about. Your current role, your current position right now, whatever financial position that you're currently in. Think about yourself at 80. Do you think you'll be able to still survive for your current, amount of wealth? It's just something to think about. Just something to think about. But yeah, I was surprised to see Nicolas Cage on this one for the first one. I'm intrigued to see what the other ones were going to end up being like. All right, guys. Next up, let's go ahead and look at this one, Nika King. All right. That's Zendaya right there too. But yeah, let's see what he's talking about. I'm intrigued to see.
Nika King plays Zendaya's mom Mia Foy, but she's definitely not sharing in the wealth where she's actually revealed she's completely broke. As for her TV daughter, Zendaya is definitely raking in, where she was paid $250,000 an episode for the first season and $1 million an episode for the second. Euphoria actually has one of the biggest pay gaps of any show on TV, with an example being Sydney Sweeney, who was only paid 10% of what Zendaya was at $25,000 an episode for the first season. And Nika King, who is not considered to be in the main cast, makes notably less money at $5,000 to $10,000 per episode for the first season and about $15,000 for the second. And the reason is simply that Nika King is just not a very well-known actress, where her entire career mainly had her do smaller roles on shows like iCarly or Greenleaf. And because of COVID, there was a 1-year delay on filming season 1, and then the writers and actors strike brought on another 1-year delay. Making things worse because Zendaya, Sydney Sweeney, and Jacob Elordi keep on landing new projects, delays production even further. Now Nika King has revealed because of this, she hasn't been able to pay rent in 6 months and is actually completely broke. He hopes Zendaya can finish her other projects soon so they can restart Euphoria. Which, as a fan, that would be nice. And with that, I'm Charles Pearl. Subscribe to learn something.
Dang, yeah, that sucks. And I guess that's another perspective as well, that we've been talking about like the celebrities, like the big people. What about the smaller people in these roles? That's something to actually think about. The $15,000 per episode. Now, that's crazy that you can be on the other side of $5 per episode. Something this big and only getting paid $5. Now, I don't think she got paid only $5 per episode. I think that's more closer to the 15,000, but even still, if you only did I haven't watched Euphoria like that. I've only seen like a couple. I don't remember seeing her on there. So let's say she got paid 15 for like 3 episodes. Okay, 15, 30, 45,000. Okay, let's say she did another one. At 60 is like $60,000 after all the different years of not being able to work again because of the whole thing with COVID. Taking off a year, and then the writer's strike. That's another year. So you like, using that 60,000 for 2-3 years, it's like you only made $20,000 that year. I'm not surprised that she was broke and she's behind rent. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were because of, circumstances like that. And again, this does not just apply just to actors, but again, for like everybody. Like you can get in a, you can be in a weird time again where COVID could happen, something like that, and it could stop your whole job. And then you're out of a job and you may not be able to get one for a long time. And, you still have bills, you still have other stuff going on. So for her, if I was in her, I guess position, yeah, I wanted to look at something else, find some other means to make some money. I know she may want to be an actor, but I know a lot of these, like, I guess, smaller actors or becoming like wait staff, for example. That's some way to make some money, bartending, stuff like that. Heck, since again, she has probably some type of fan base, maybe making a social media, that could be something that she could do as well to make some extra money there. You don't have to make an OnlyFans or none of that. You can just make a, YouTube channel, make a TikTok, talking with your fans. So, stories behind the scenes on this show, Euphoria, a big show. You will get watches, you will get views talking about some of the tea behind that, or, just maybe some happy story. It don't have to necessarily be bad. And then on top of that too, maybe you could talk with, Zendaya, some of the other cast members, and maybe y'all can all be on a video here and there. Maybe you can, have them ask some questions to you, ask questions to them from the fans, and that could be, some additional income there. But yeah, that sucks. That sucks. That sucks. I don't even know when Euphoria is probably even coming out. I don't know how old this video is because again, I feel like it's been on like 2 or 3 years now since Euphoria, has been out, which is crazy. I'm like, man, I don't know if they're even doing another season. Let me know in the comments if they're even doing another season of this. But yeah, this is something to think about too. Again, if you're trying to be an actor, you're not gonna just be at the top. You may have to, work your way up. And, circumstances like this can really put you in a downfall, downhill. So having other skill sets, having other ways to make money is always good. No matter the position, you can be in tech, have some other additional income. That's good. You can be car tech, car tech or whatever. Having some other source of income can be good. No matter your position, having other sources of income can be good. It is what it is. And lastly, let's go ahead and see what this one is talking about. That these celebrities are really broke. Okay, let's see what celebrities this is going to be. I'll give you guys like 3 seconds to one in the comments, right? Who you think is going to end up showing up. And let's go. Actor from The Wire.
These are really broke.
This is for The Wire. DVD sales, $11. So, of course, what do I get? A whopping lump sum of $10.80. And then Wire again, DVD sales, let's get a whopping $7.03. Ooh, I can't wait to spend all this. It's going to be a good time. We in club tonight. Bottles on me.
Ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I am actually impressed that he still made $7 from the DVD sales. I'm actually impressed. I didn't even know people still buy DVDs, let alone people buying The Wire DVDs where you can just watch it on, Max. I'm amazed because yeah, back then when the show came out, I could see people buying the DVDs, but like now you got a lot of people who never even heard the show. So I guess some of them are like, oh, wow, let me just try to buy this DVD. Interesting. You would think that all these like brand new people would be like, I never heard of this Wire, but I have Max. So let me go ahead and just give it a shot. And the fact that he got $7 from that, again, he probably got like a 0.01%, 0.002% or something like that. So there's some people who are actually getting some type of money from the DVDs. So maybe like some of the people maybe getting like $10, $15, $20, $30, and then the actual people who created the show, they might be walking around with an extra extra $200. So I am impressed on the DVDs. But yeah, I think this was kind of clickbait. I don't think this necessarily means you're broke. Yeah, if you're just relying on that show to make money, then yeah, you're extremely broke if you're only getting $11 a month, from an old show. But yeah, the fact that you're getting some type of residual check still, it's crazy. I know some bigger actors who weren't getting like no residual checks. So I guess that's good there. But again, that's something again to think about in your current role. If you're just like a regular 9-to-5er, or you want to be a social media content creator, whatnot, to think about the future. Think about how you see your current career going. Find multiple sources of income. Be sure to budget. Put yourself in a position that if you aren't getting, you aren't really getting paid, or you're getting paid half of what you're currently making, would you still be able to survive at 70, 65, 70, 75, 80? Right now you might have that grind, or you might not even have that grind right now. You might just be out here doing a YOLO, like, hey, I don't have the money right now, but I can work hard, this year, and I can, put myself back at a neutral point, spend money again and get back in the negative, do it again, get back in a, neutral point. And I mean, hey, you can do that for a minute, but like, how are you going to be doing that when your body is, starting to fall? You're getting older. You may not have that drive, that grind in you to keep on doing that. So, just kind of just be mindful. Just be mindful of that. And yeah, a lot of these celebrities are actually broke out here. A lot of you guys are broke out here. Heck, this is all fake right here, guys. It's all green screen. This mic is a green screen. I'm actually outside right now in the cold right now. Everybody broke right now. But anyway, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know if you've seen The Wire. Is it a good show? Is it not? Seemed like the first episode, I liked it. I may have to go ahead and see you guys in the next one. Peace.